are now tuned into Pacific Push.
All right, welcome to Pacific Push on Taste Radio. I'm your host, Ogee Money. Today, I'm joined by a phenomenal talent, rapper slash producer. Not sure what he does better, but good friend of mine, History. What's up, player?
Yes, sir. What's good, big bro? How you feeling?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm great. Great to have you here.
Yeah, man. You know I'm here. You look good.
Hey,
You're looking younger than me.
I shaved my mustache
haircut.
Shave your mustache off. That's what you do when you're trying to get young. You shave your mustache off.
I'm taking tips, you know. I'm trying to.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But no, I'm glad to have you on the platform. Obviously, off the interaction, the people going to find out that we go back a long time. I'm friends with your father. I've known you for over a decade. But you're not on the show because you're a friend of mine. You're on the show because you're a serious artist. You're doing great things in the industry. Your projects have been amazing, and that's why you're here to discuss you, the music, and what you have going on, my friend.
Yes, sir.
So for the people that don't know, because I'm broadcasting out here in Hawaii on Taste Radio Radio, who's History? Where's he from?
Well, you know, History is really just you know my father. So History is really who my father, you know, imagined himself to be. You know, and that's really who I am, honestly. Like the best version of my father, and just the best version of, you know, my friends, basically. And you know, that guy that brings people together. You know, I feel like that's like the main thing people could say about me, History, you know.
Shit, I didn't even know that, man. I didn't know that the name was inspired by your father. Shout out to my man House, Big Howie.
Yeah. History comes from a long line of jokes for my full name. You know, Howard James Kennedy. And when I was younger, people would, you know, joke on that name because it sounds like a historic name. And they would always say, like, you have an old name. So, you know, it went from like that to, you know, them calling me History, and you know, just as a joke, like, cause my first name started with an H, and you know, the letter H isn't as cool to say. Howard isn't cool to say when you're just in the playground. People's just, you know, saying how isn't cool, and none of my homies wanted to call me Howie because that's what all the girls call me. So it just ended up just formulating into History, and it stuck from when I was a kid, and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna just go with it, stick with it.
And the rest is history,
Yes, sir.
Right there. All right, so let's get to the music. History again. I introduced you as a rapper slash producer. What did you fall in love with first, and do you consider yourself a rapper first or a producer?
I would say I'm a fan first. I could say that I'm a fan first, and just being a fan, that turned me in. You know, that turned me into just wanting to have my own voice. At one point, it was just like, oh, I need to have my own voice because I have all this frustration. You know, like you said, you met my father at a certain time, and during those times when I was figuring out what I'm about to do with my life, he wasn't there physically. You know, he was fighting his new battle in life and figuring out his life and traveling the world with the army and stuff. And I was home just figuring it out, just being a fan of the music and missing those car rides with my father where he would play a bunch of Jay-Z and etc. And that led me into rapping. You know, my first rap was a rap about big bone women because I wanted to write a rap that I could rap to my mother and, you know, she'll be happy about. So my first rap that I sat down to actually rap, I was like, you know, I'm gonna rap about bigger women and supporting them, and that was like 9 years old, you know. And from there, it was like I don't really know which one came first between the rapping and producing, but I know that was my first rap. And then like in the next few months, I started gathering my first types of music equipment at 9, where I would be able to, you know, create my own stuff, not really record myself and everything, but the idea of creating your beats, recording yourself. I had like a little tape recorder, little keyboard that didn't attach, no computer yet or nothing, just the little keyboard, the recorder, and that started like me rapping and making beats.
Getting back to the question that I asked earlier, what do you consider yourself, a rapper, producer? I consider you a total artist, me personally. Now, with that being said, let's get back to the music. You fresh off of dropping For the Kids, and I know you worked on that project for years, man. Years you've been working on For the Kids. You're a perfectionist. You got it mixed down, mastered to perfection. And then now, you're going to drop another project.
For the people that's been listening to me just throughout the years, it's, you know, it's about, I can name at least 30 to 50 people, probably even more, definitely more, but just off the top, 30 to 50 people that's been there since, you know, me being 15 to now, you know, that's been listening to my everything I've been dropping all those years. So throughout all those years, I've dropped a project. I drop stuff every year, you know, like I haven't never dropped anything in the year since I started dropping in like 2007. So for my personal fans, when I finally dropped For the Kids, I know I've been teasing them with that project for a little minute, but I also been, you know, dropping little EPs, so I probably helped work on a few other projects that released throughout my time of working on that project. But just working on that project specifically, when people finally got it and they heard it, and it, you know, still going and people still hearing it and people still loving it, it helped me realize exactly what they wanted from me in this moment, you know. So when I realized that, I'm like, I gotta keep hitting them. You know, I can't just because I dropped a great project and it's being received well, like, you know, just slow down. And because honestly, I've been dropping music videos for that project since probably 2018. So I've been dropping videos and singles and stuff for about 2 years before I even dropped the project. So mentally, I was already past the project by the time I dropped it. I just knew I had to get it done and get it out and get it to the people because it was a great body of work. But I was already, this whole year, I've been recording songs every day, just doing my thing every day. And when I dropped the project and I seen the reaction and what people actually wanted, that made me go back. And I called Joe and I'm like, yo, I know we just dropped For the Kids and I know everybody just loved your mixing for this, but we gotta get back to it. And Joe, you know, that's my brother who's been mixing.
Shout out Joe Grasso, right? Joe Grasso?
Yeah, Joe Grasso. Yeah, that's my brother.
He's still with Sony?
Yeah. He's with Sony Columbia. And if I'm correct, I think I'm correct, but I'm actually like the first artist that let him mix and engineer a whole project for my first real project, like real serious project that people in the city would consider in like 2014, Gods and Pimps. He took his time out and we both believed in each other in that moment. And I can say like Joe never asked me for a dime to do, you know, anything that he's done for me. You know, like if I decide to give him, that's all on me. But he's never asked for anything because he believed in me since day one, and I believed in him since day one. So me just making this EP was so easy because it's like, all right, I know we got this banger project that's out right now. And I know you see you getting new people hitting you up every day, like, yo, we want the same mixing history got. So you see the hypeness that's going around. So I'm like, all right, we gotta hit them again, and this time we gotta hit them like right in the stomach, because For the Kids was like, you know, full body of work to express all realms of the type of music that I could do. But this EP concentrated on just, you know, my my soulful and just my street side of just how I get through, my days.
That's what I appreciate about your music. I'm a big fan. I tell people all the time, and it's not because I know you, but you're my favorite producer. I don't like to use the term up and coming because you've had major placements, right? You've had a placement on Need for Speed, the video game, cut a couple major placements with Rodamez. You work with your team, the Mobile Club. So, what are your plans for the next project, EP? Talk to us about the new project.
Well, the plan is, just to feed my fans really, because the for the kids, that's the little industry snack. That's the project that everybody in the industry gonna eat up. And that's the project that's been getting me a lot of love from like all the A&Rs and stuff. But I feel like this one, the motive for this one is to, get into people's hearts even deeper now. Like I made my way into, people's homes and their ears and stuff, and they're living with my music. But this EP is just to solidify it. If I'm your favorite rapper, I wanted to drop something to help you solidify it, to help you go around and be able to say, yo, nobody's messing with this guy, because, he's dropping project after project, EP after single, and it's all heat.
But post-COVID, what are the plans for History and the Mobile Club Collective?
Yeah, we have a lot. I can't fully say just everything that we have in mind and everything that we're working on. But, I could definitely talk about the Mobile Club project that we're working on. That's like one of the major things that we've been working on. We have a few people, few A&Rs, a few just different people who's been reaching out to us for the past 2 years to get this done. And now it's looking like the time, because I'm in a good space, Brad is in a good space, and everybody else in the team, they getting their music together. They're in a good space mentally and physically, and they're getting their stuff together. So this whole year is really about just leveling up the whole team and getting everybody to the space they want to be, because everybody don't have the same dreams or goals that me and Rad have. We all have the same aspirations and some type of inspirations and stuff, but we all have like our different goals, and one person might want to be, in front of the camera more than the other. So the mission is just to get everybody in their lane, and just help them exceed in that. And yeah, that's for the Mobile Club project. That's what we've been doing. And then I've been working on Rad. He has like 2 projects that we're working on, two very big projects. And yeah, just helping him get the sound right with that. We're basically finished with one of them, and now we just really just trying to figure out which label want to pick it up. Honestly, like that's the plans now. Like we're at a point where I remember when Joe was talking to me and you about how how Russ came into Columbia and sold them the project for $1 million and stuff. So yeah, so just learning about just that from 2-3 years ago, that's been the next goal for us for these past 3 years, just to get us to the point where we could work on a project and be able to sit down with people and talk numbers, and don't even really need them, like, because honestly, we like I dropped a beat tape this year too. That's another project that I dropped.
Before we get to the beat tape, let's talk about, are we going to get some history drill music? I always got to get my drill question. I think you were one of the first people that put me onto the Bizzy Banks anyway. So who are you working with?
As far as artists, yeah, like you just called Bizzy. That's my brother. We done been in the studio, just took him up to Def Jam for the first time, trying to get Def Jam to sign him and stuff, but they didn't understand it. And yeah, we was just figuring out with him just how to how to get him somewhere. You feel me? However I could do it, and I reached out to them like really early, so just that whole process, like I seen them like just every day hitting me up like, yo, we need to be in the studio, and I'm sitting here, trying to find a studio in like 10 minutes, like just so I could get busy in the studio. And I was really happy when Atlantic picked him up because I told them like at the beginning of this year they was really frustrated because they had all these people coming to them talking about money and all this stuff, and nothing was happening in their mind, and they was really frustrated because a lot was going on. I told them, yo, by the time this year over, bro, you ain't you good, and it's they come from a certain type of thing. So when you telling people stuff like that, they looking at you like, yeah, whatever, man. Like I don't care until it's here. You feel me? But it came for them, and I was so happy for him. And with him it's not even about the music, really. It's about, because I could send them all type beats all day and stuff. It's just I really just wanted to get him in the right space, and now that he's in the right space, not with all of my help, of course. He got a whole team behind him. He got a whole bunch of people behind him. I was just, a little help too. But now he's in the space. Now it's like, all right, now I have another family member that's in this space, and I know like they always, they hit me up whenever they hit me up. I send them other producer beats.
Yeah,
Because
it's love, man. It's the networking thing. You sent me Bizzy music first, man. You were the first one, and I didn't even understand the drill movement, to be honest.
I think I sent most people Bizzy music first, but a lot of people in the industry, they gonna act like they knew the whole time. Now that he getting hotter and hotter, but I definitely was sending a lot of people messages like, yo, whatever you doing for me and my team, do it for him.
Yeah.
And yeah, and a lot of people jumped on late, so it's cool, but that's family. And yeah, and it's a few other artists that I'm, working with and that lane, which is, whether I'm helping them talk to labels or whatever, because that's the thing with me. Like I'm connected to just people, like the way I grew up, I've always been like a people person, and you know how my father is. He always, it's always like the life of the party and stuff. Just this
Right.
guy, and I've always been next to my father since I was a kid. Like I'm not one of those kids that grew up in the house and was just in the house and just had to stay there. Like you see me when I was a little kid, past 2 a.m. out at the barbecues with y'all, just chilling, just learning, just getting that energy that I kept for all these years, because not too many people got to experience that. So now I do that within the music industry, where I just connect people and just, you got this happening, and it makes sense for you to have a deal. I know the people that can sign you. Let me help you get in contact with them. Or, yo, you got this happening, but you don't have any beats. All right, I got the right beats for you. Let me get these beats with you. Or it's, yo, history, can you hop on my record? Yo, can you tell me if it's good or not? I just, from all just realms of music, people just be pulling, or not even pulling me, but tapping at my door, and just, they just want to know what I think about their art. So, that feels good to me. And I just try to keep that energy going, especially for the city, because there's no producers out here that's doing that,
Before we close out, let them know how they can get in contact with you, the social medias, when the project is going to drop, the Twitter, Instagram. You ain't in Clubhouse yet, but let the people know how they can get in contact with History.
Yeah, so before I even do that, I want to give a shout out to my brother, Dick by Ed. He's hosting the whole project, and he has like a whole movement that he has going on right now called No Negativity, and he's pushing to create a community center in the neighborhood in Brooklyn. And he has a lot of support from like Virgil and Ebony Magazine just supported him this week. So he has a lot going on too, and he's also bringing a lot of people together. So this project means a lot for both of us, because we was kids together in junior high school, and now, you know, we got support from all these type of big people and just leaders in the world of just creativity, and we're able to drop a project together. So yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Dick Bayer before I, you know, closed out and everything. But everybody could find me at Who Is History everywhere, basically. Just Twitter, Instagram, yeah, those the main things I be on. Twitter and Instagram. You go on YouTube, Who Is History, or just type in history H Illa. If you know you want to look for some beats, type in H Illa on Apple, Spotify, whatever. I got the beats, the raps. But if you just on Instagram and Twitter, it's Who Is History.